I'm a dire Chiefs and Cyclones fan, and this coach can make us all forget about the Chiefs wide receiver room issues. Let's talk about week 2 of OTAs. My name's AJ Caldwell. Welcome back to Cyclone Kingdom. Week 2 of OTAs are in the books, and we have finally heard from all the assistant coaches. First time behind a podium, we've heard from Chad O'Shea, and a second or third time we've heard from Eric Bieniemy and seen his love for the game and the accountability that's back. We'll get into it, but it's so good to have EB back in the building. What do we see from week 2? What do we see from the Chiefs and from all the videos that the media had? They had another media availability day, so one during week 1 and then one during week 2. I gotta tell you guys, Patrick Mahomes looked better. He looked a lot better running around and doing his thing, and had a little hop and a skip to his step and a little vintage Mahomes spin move after a drill. This is 5.5, close to 6 months removed from an ACL surgery and an ACL injury. Guy's built different. The guy is otherworldly. We've talked about him ad nauseum. I can't stop talking about Patrick Mahomes. He's one of my favorite athletes of all time. But it's been awesome to see him do his thing out at OTAs, hand the ball off under center to Kenneth Walker. Can we get a round of applause? Under center plays to Kenneth Walker. I mean, Chiefs fans are salivating at the thought of that. Do you guys realize, I saw a stat on this recently, Patrick Mahomes in his career, 2018 to now, going into his 8th season, 9th season, 8th season starting, has less than 600 snaps under center. Less than 600 snaps under center. And more than 15,000 plays in shotgun. That has to change now that you have Kenneth Walker. It just does. It has to change. Like, the ability that this guy brings to the Chiefs running back room instantly makes him a threat on offense. And it makes him more of a threat on offense because of the coach I'm going to talk about in just a second. But Kenneth Walker, under center snaps from Patrick Mahomes, you can open the play action game. It opens up the run game more. You bring in a change of pace guy like Emmett Johnson and Amari DiMercato. Chiefs can be scary in the run game. And imagine saying that as a Chiefs fan. The Chiefs can be scary in the run game. Yes and amen to that, bro. Like, holy cow. I can't wait for that. It's been awesome to see Kenneth Walker get after it at OTAs. Really cool to see all the other guys getting after it, seeing the different videos. Chris Jones and Travis Kelce weren't seen at OTAs. Keep in mind, those are optional things still. They're not mandatory, like mandatory minicamp coming up this weekend. But you still get to see a lot of different guys. Jalen Royals, Xavier Worthy, right? My boy Jeff Caldwell doing his thing. Hopefully getting a shot here with the Chiefs and the 53-man roster. A lot to be excited about with the Chiefs, especially when it comes to the wide receiver room. No, I'm not talking about Rashee Rice getting physical therapy finally at a hospital. I'm done with him. I'm through with the Rashee Rice experiment. I'm talking about Chad O'Shea. Because as much as I want the Chiefs to go get a free agent wide receiver, if you've heard Nate Taylor's recent report, they are standing pat unless something changes. Now, L'Jarius Sneed is in the building currently as we speak, as we're recording this. So maybe that opens the door for the Chiefs to go get other people and to kind of bolster up this roster. But they are showing and they are telling, based on Nate Taylor's report, how much they trust Chad O'Shea. Guys, Chad O'Shea helped make Julian Edelman, helped make Danny Amendola, reminded people how scary Randy Moss is, even when people said he was washed. He went to the Browns and created a Jerry Jeudy. Like, this guy has the ability to create star wide receivers. And especially with the Rashee Rice stuff going on, if Xavier Worthy can have the breakout year we're expecting, take a step back for a second. Because if Xavier Worthy takes the next step and stays healthy and gets a little muscle to him and starts catching the ball more and can make contested catches, look out below, man. That opens up so much for Tyquan Thornton. It opens up so much for Jalen Royal's snap counts. It opens up so much for Cyrus Allen to pick and choose where he can fit in, for Andy Reid to fit him in wherever, because you trust Xavier Worthy then. Think about that. Chad O'Shea talking about how impressed he's been with Xavier Worthy's ability to catch the ball. His ability to catch the ball. A Chiefs wide receiver being competent with his hands and catching the ball, not dropping it multiple times. Can you imagine? So I've gone back and forth basically every day about where I'm at with the Chiefs. We just did a video on the state of the Kansas City Chiefs for 2026. You can go check that out, about what Andy Reid is basically succumbing himself to if they don't get a free agent wide receiver. But they trust Chad O'Shea. And I am willing to go on a limb and believe the best and give them the benefit of the doubt and say, if you think Chad O'Shea can fix the wide receiver room, go right ahead. Because if it does work and you don't get a free agent wide receiver, then nobody's complaining. Xavier Worthy becomes the Chiefs version of Devontae Smith or T. Higgins, right? Like, if that happens, we're chilling. We're chilling. The downside is that a lot of people have seen what Xavier Worthy is, and that he's not this wide receiver 2 caliber player. He's barely wide receiver 3 caliber player. That can all change in an instant if he knows his surroundings, right? His foot awareness on the sideline, which he had a huge problem with last year, as well as being able to catch the ball down the field and have a route tree that is actually explosive and dangerous. Be unbelievable if that happened. Because then you have Kenneth Walker in the backfield and you have a trustworthy guy in Xavier Worthy. And that's not even talking about if Rashee Rice is allowed to play. Because if Rashee Rice is allowed to play and he's healthy enough, sure, he provides something to the offense, but you can't trust him with it. Imagine if you have trustworthy Xavier Worthy, role player Tyquan Thornton making big catches, and then you can just throw in Rashee Rice, knowing you're not going to sign him to an extension, knowing that he's not going to be a huge part of your offense, but a guy that can go get you a first down if needed. Because you know I got Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton, Jalen Royals potentially maybe stepping up making plays, and Travis Kelce over the middle. I'm hyped about that. I'm hyped about that because I believe if Chad O'Shea can take Browns wide receivers and turn them into quality, competent receivers with the quarterbacks they've had, what is he going to do with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback? I have to believe that out of Worthy, Thornton, Royals, Allen, and whoever other free agent wide receiver or undrafted free agent they sign, that one of those is at least going to hit, right? If Chad O'Shea's that legendary and that awesome, one of those is going to hit. Now, what does hit mean? Does it mean superstar? No. That'd be awesome, and I wouldn't be complaining. But what it means is having a guy that can go get you a first down, that can go make a contested catch, that can go win you the game. I believe Xavier Worthy can be that if he's healthy, especially when you got a competent wide receivers coach who's not just having high school experience, but has dynasty level experience with the Patriots. He was Bill Belichick's guy in the wide receiver room for years. And now he's in Kansas City. And you can just hear in the way that he talks. He loves the game. He loves seeing guys get after it. He loves seeing their intelligence and the way that they're attacking each day. It's awesome. It's awesome to see. And then you got Eric Bieniemy back in the building. Accountability's back, and so are fundamentals. I love that EB said that. I don't even care that he said it might sound high schoolish. The Chiefs need to get back to fundamentals. They need to get back to basics and say, what can help us win a football game? What can help us get a first down? What can help our offense be potent and dangerous? How can we create more weapons on the outside? How can we create a running game that's not only respected but feared? EB's back in the building, man. And I came out of week 1 of OTAs very, very skeptical. That's when all the Rashee Rice stuff went down. I wasn't sure how Mahomes was going to look with his knee. He looked fine. I was kind of excited about that. But it was like, they're not getting a free agent wide receiver. I came out of week 2 of OTAs similarly concerned about not getting a free agent wide receiver, but trusting a lot more in our coaching staff. And when's the last time you could say you trusted the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs? You trusted the wide receivers coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. You trusted a DeMarco Murray running backs coach for the Kansas City Chiefs because you have an actual running back. Isaiah Pacheco, go have fun in Detroit. I wish you well, but you are no longer a Kansas City Chief. We are moving on and moving forward. I can't wait to see what the Chiefs do going into mandatory minicamp. Leave your comments down below about what you think about week 2 of OTAs, about how you thought the coaches answered their questions, what you think about all of them. And we're going to continue to roll out these videos, these instant reactions to these types of things, in addition to our top 5 lists. So make sure you like and subscribe to those things. And as always, roll clones. And how about those Chiefs?